gosh, here's another one. How significant of an economic shift in your operation was banding of fertility versus broadcast? I think that might be...
Okay.
I think that's steered towards me. I think he was asking me this question. Well, I have been able to reduce my P and my K applications and not see any yield reduction by easily 50%. In some cases, I have been able to remove P and K applications and see yield maintained and some increased. It's a very special case, and it is a project to get there. But I'd say out the gate, I've been able to cut 50%. And I'd say I've probably gotten higher than that now. On going into next year, I'm going to probably be 60 to 70% reduction, just because we learn more about quality, how to keep more of it up there. Because if we, gosh, man, I mean, I forget how much nitrogen that we apply in just a dry broadcast form actually gets into the plant. It makes you sick if you start hearing some of the, you get.
Pretty sure the research was like 50% that came out.
Yeah, 50%. That, if that's anything else in life, man, we wouldn't do it. If you're like, you're gonna pay for a full tank of gas, and I'm gonna give you a half a tank. How many people are gonna be like, okay?
Well, and I think it tells you too, the response to nitrogen is more than just a plant response too.
Absolutely.
I think that needs to be part of the conversation, because sometimes I think of nitrogen applications as a point of almost like an electrolyte boost within the soil.
To soil. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean, when we really dive into carbon and nitrogen, I mean, nitrogen's not a bad thing.
No.
It just needs to be utilized, efficiently, so we're not causing
mass
excess.
imbalance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
on the nitrogen side, I averaged 110 pounds of nitrogen last year applied.
Okay.
And my farm average on corn was 156. All dry land. The best. I actually have data. I'll try to pull it up in the next podcast. Kirk, remind me. And I actually did a nitrogen test. 0 nitrogen, 60, 120, and 90 pounds. That's what I did. And the yield response to however much that was. This was on my best ground.
Okay.
This was like this is good stuff.
Stuff cycling. Like,
Yes.
there's no doubt.
Cranking.
Yeah.
It's literally across the creek from the no nitrogen wheat.
Okay.
It's been the same management. I just rotate it every year back and forth. And so it's cranked. And I'm trying to think. It's I'm going to burn too much time if I just get up and go get it. But there was a median. More nitrogen didn't help, or more nitrogen helped, and then we got to a point where it was not the determining factor at all.
Yes.
And dude, what was amazing was how much we could raise on no nitrogen.
Yeah.
Like, if the ground's cycling, we still raised in this spot. We hit 180 bushel corn. It's like 100. I think it was 178.
Yep.
178 bushel with 0 nitrogen on a half-mile stretch.
On a very wet year. Or
Yes, we had great weather.
This year.
We had great weather this year.
Yeah.
And I know other people are going to say 155 bushel farm average on a wet year. Oh, you suck. That's this area.
Profitable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to go too heavily into that.
But no, I mean, at the end of the day,
my goal this year, Heathman and I talked about this on a previous podcast. My goal for that ground was 130, 140 bushel for that farm. And I contracted accordingly because my APH was right there, 130, 140. It made 176 farm average.
Yep.
But the good zone, I tested the good zone in good dirt that's cycling. That's that great soil, because people think more nitrogen, because that's what we're going to. Well, how much? I just wanted to see how much is nitrogen the limiting factor here.
Yeah.
How much can we do without it? How much can we do with some? Will a bunch more help us? And that was a fascinating test.
Yeah.
Fascinating to test in balanced, high functioning soil.
Yes.
So, if all the dirt was like that, you wouldn't need very much dirt to farm. I have an old landlord that tells me about, there's this one field, man, no matter what, it does not matter the year, it's big yield. It's a 28 acre field tucked away in a creek bottom. It's just amazing dirt, protected. It's great.
Yep.
He goes, boy, if a young guy had just 500 acres of that, he could beat all the 2,000 acre farmers every year. Dude, it's true.
100%.
True, man. That'd be a lot less stressful, too.
That was just finding 500 acres of that kind of ground.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So
That's U.S. military flying over. My house is a turnaround spot for Fort Riley Army Base, the helicopters.
Nice.
So, anyway. Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.